You've heard of 007, Jason Bourne, Nick Fury, he is the spy according to Tony Stark, and Austin Powers, the international man of mystery. Yeah, baby. Stick around and see our take on the Dimir Gill's spy in our Ravnica series.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another intriguing episode of
The Dungeon Crashers.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Zapeel. Before we get started, let's hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that bell if you want to be notified when we post our epic D&D content. We will be continuing with the Ravnica series with the Dimir Guild. They specialized in spycraft and infiltration. Like the previous Ravnica builds, this will be a single class build. There are many builds that would work extremely well for this type of character. If you have a favorite spy type character, please let us know in the comments section below. For this build, we'll be taking the Arcane Trickster Rogue. It can work as a solo character or just as well in a party. Usually we start with the race we are taking, but I think it's better if we go over the background first. It will give us a good starting point to build this character around. Like I said before, the Dimir Guild specializes in spycraft and infiltration. The Dimir operative background gives you 2 skills, deception and stealth, a disguise kit is a tool proficiency, and 1 language of your choice. The main feature of this background is the key part of this build. It is false identity. You are a part of the Dimir Guild, but also a part of another guild with documentation, established acquaintances, and disguises that allow you to assume that persona and fit into the secondary guild. Get with your DM and work out the details of what other guild you are in and how you got into it. This background also gives spells added to our spell list at certain levels, and we will let you know what those spells are at the right levels. Now we move on to race. Again, there are so many that could work well here. Changeling is a great example. We wanted something simple that is seen everywhere, and we haven't used this race much, if at all, and that's the human variant. They get 2+1 ability score boosts, and Guy will let you know where to put them when we go over ability scores next. You get 1 skill, and we want investigation. Now we get to pick a feat. There are a few that could work here, but we wanted something that would help this character stand on its own at the beginning, and we took the Martial Adept feat. This feat gives you 2 maneuvers from the Battle Master list and 1d6 superiority dice. Once you use it, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest, so use it wisely. For the first maneuver, take Feint. You can spend your bonus action to grant your next attack against an adjacent foe advantage and a superiority dice and extra damage. This will be huge when you are alone and want to get that sneak attack damage in. The second is Riposte. You can use your reaction when missed by a melee attack to make a melee attack back and dealing superiority dice and extra damage. You should use this to help get those one-on-one fights over quickly and silently. Also, since this attack is on someone else's turn, it can allow you to get an extra use of your sneak attack.
That brings us to ability scores. As usual, we use the point buy system. For this build, we started with an 8 on strength. We're not weak, just a little below average. A 15 on dex, making it 16 with the first racial bonus. We want to have a good stealth and sleight of hand. A 12 on con. This is lower than I would like to start, but we will add to this later. A 13 on intelligence, making it 14 with our second racial bonus. When we get to Arcane Trickster, this will be our casting stat. A 10 on wisdom. We don't want a negative for our wisdom save. Finally, a 14 on charisma. You might be thinking that you could switch the con and charisma scores for more hit points at the start, but the higher charisma will be more useful with all the deception and persuasion rolls you'll be making.
Yeah.
At first level rogue, we get 4 skills from the rogue list, and we want sleight of hand, insight, perception, and persuasion. We can expertise 2 skills that we have, and we want with stealth and deception. This should cover all the skills a spy character should need. We get sneak attack. Once per turn, you can deal an extra d6 damage to 1 creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. You get more sneak attack dice as you level up, and we'll let you know at those levels. And you also get Thieves' Cant as an extra language. At second level rogue, we get cunning action, allowing us to use the dash, disengage, or hide action as a bonus action. And at third level rogue, we get our roguish archetype, and we want Arcane Trickster. We get spellcasting, and we'll be taking spells from the wizard list. Now that we have spellcasting, we get the spells added to our list from the Dimir operative background. The cantrips are Encode Thoughts and Mage Hand, and the first level spells are Disguise Self and Sleep. Arcane Tricksters get Mage Hand for free, 2 other cantrips known, 3 spells known, and 2 first level spell slots. For the cantrips, take Mind Sliver and Ray of Frost. For the first level spells, take Charm Person, Shield, and Sleep. This gives you a good mix of attack, defense, and support spells. Arcane Tricksters get the ability Mage Hand Legerdemain. It allows your Mage Hand to do more things, so you'll want to look up the spell and this ability to know all it can do for you. There's an optional feature here called Steady Aim. You give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. You can use this bonus action only if you haven't moved during this turn, and after you use the bonus action, your speed is 0 until the end of the current turn. Use this only when you are cornered and have nowhere to run, or you're sure the next hit will kill your enemy, and you already used your feint maneuver. Our sneak attack die improves to 2d6 at this level also. And at 4th level rogue, we get an ability score, boost, or a feat, and we want to boost our intelligence, making it 16. This will help with our spell attacks and save DCs for our spells. We also get another spell known and a 1st level spell slot. I like Silvery Barbs. If you need to make the enemy you are fighting reroll a d20 and give yourself or an ally advantage on its next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, it makes within 1 minute.
Yeah. At 5th level rogue, we get Uncanny Dodge. When an attacker that we can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half the attack's damage. You can use this on a melee or spell attack that does damage to you. Our sneak attack dice improves to 3d6 at this level also. At 6th level of rogue, we can expertise 2 more skills, and we want investigation for information gathering and thieves tools, since the locks we are most likely coming across are now getting harder for us to pick. At 7th level of rogue, we get evasion. When you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to only take half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, and only half damage if you fail. From Arcane Trickster, we get another spell known, another 1st level spell slot, and 2 2nd level spell slots. From the Dimir operative background, we get Detect Thoughts and Pass Without a Trace added to our spell list as well. For our spell known, let's take Invisibility if we need to get out of a sticky situation. Also, our sneak attack dice improves to 46 at this level. We can also retrain a spell, and Sleep probably isn't seeing much use, so let's get something a little more useful and take Mirror Image for a good defensive magic. At 8th level of rogue, we get an ability score boost or a feat, and we need to boost our dexterity, making it 18, giving us better attack rolls, AC, and skill checks, which we like. We also get another spell known, and we want Misty Step, because it's always good to have a 30-foot teleport spell. At 9th level of rogue, from Arcane Trickster, we get Magical Ambush. If you are hidden from a creature when you cast a spell on it, the creature has disadvantage on any saving throw it makes against the spell this turn. This will help our Mind Sliver and Charm Person spells. Our sneak attack dice improves to 5d6 at this level. At 10th level of rogue, we get an ability score boost or a feat. At this point, it's a toss-up. On one hand, you could give a +2 to your constitution, helping with saves and giving hit points. Or on the other hand, you could give it to charisma, helping with your charisma skills that I'm sure you're using a lot of at this point. We went with charisma, making it 16, because we really want to do our best as a spy as we can. We get another cantrip known, another spell known, and another 2nd level spell slot. For the cantrip, take Friends, and for the spell known, take Phantasmal Force, which can remove enemies from a fight, trap them, or even cause damage.
At 11th level rogue, we get Reliable Talent. Whenever you make an ability check that lets you add your proficiency bonus, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. We get another spell known, and we'll take Tosh's Mind Whip for a good damaging spell that also denies opponents their reaction. Also, our sneak attack dice improves to 66 at this level. At 12th level rogue, we get an ability score boost or feat, and we can't put it off any longer. We put a +2 on constitution, making it 14. This will give us hit points we sorely need and help with our constitution saves.
Yeah.
At 13th level rogue, from Arcane Trickster, we get Versatile Trickster. You gain the ability to distract your targets with your mage hand. As a bonus action on your turn, you can designate a creature within 5 feet of the spectral hand created by the spell. Doing so gives you advantage on attack rolls against them until the end of the turn. We get another spell known of 3rd level or lower, and 2 3rd level spell slots. From the Dimir operative background, we get the spells Gaseous Form, Meld into Stone, and Non-Detection added to our spell list. For our spell known, take Fear. If you have a large group of enemies coming at you, this could slow down their advance. Also, our sneak attack dice improves to 76 at this level. At 14th level rogue, we get Blind Sense. If you are able to hear, you are aware of the location of any hidden or invisible creature within 10 feet of you. We get another spell known, and we want Tidal Wave. Sometimes an area of effect spell is just what you need, and this has the added bonus of knocking enemies prone. It also fits the blue magic theme of the Dimir.
Yeah.
At 15th level rogue, we get Slippery Mind, giving us proficiency with wisdom saving throws, and our sneak attack die improves to 8d6. At 16th level rogue, we get an ability score boost or feat, and we want to boost our intelligence, making it 18. This will help with our spell attacks and save DCs. We also get another spell known and another 3rd level spell slot. And let's take gaseous form from our background to allow us to easily infiltrate places where we aren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
And at 17th level rogue, from arcane trickster, we get spell thief. Immediately after a creature casts a spell that targets you or includes you in its area of effect, you can use your reaction to force the creature to make a saving throw with its spellcasting ability modifier. The DC equals your spell save DC. On a failed save, you negate the spell's effects against you, and you steal the knowledge of the spell if it's at least 1st level, and of a level you can cast. For the next 8 hours, you know the spell and can cast it using your spell slots. The creature can't cast that spell until the 8 hours have passed. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Also, our sneak attack dice improves to 9d6.
Mm-hmm. At 18th level of rogue, we get elusive. You are so evasive that attackers rarely gain the upper hand against you. No attack roll has advantage against you while you aren't incapacitated. At 19th level of rogue, we get our last ability score boost or a feat, and we want to cap our dexterity at 20. We had too many abilities that needed improving, but if you rolled your ability scores and did better than the point buy system we used, then you can take a feat here that will help this build be even better. We get another spell known of 4th level or lower, and 1 4th level spell slot. From the Dimir operative background, we get Arcane Eye and Freedom of Movement added to our spell list. There are several great options for spells to take, but we want Ralathim's Psychic Lance because it deals 76 psychic damage, which is rarely resisted, and the target is incapacitated on a failed intelligence save or half the damage, and isn't incapacitated on a successful save. And finally, our sneak attack dice improves to a whopping 10d6 at this level. And now at 20th level of rogue, we get Stroke of Luck. If your attack misses the target within range, you can turn the miss into a hit. Also, if you fail an ability check, you can treat a d20 roll as a 20. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. And we get our last spell known, and we want Polymorph for its versatility. It can be used as a disguise, mobility, or an attack when we use it on ourselves or an ally. Alternatively, we can use it on the enemy, turning them into a form easier to capture or restrain. This effect ends if the creature is reduced to 0 hit points and they regain the hit points they had before being polymorphed. So when using it on an enemy, make sure its allies are taken care of and it is either restrained or is in a bad situation before they allowing the spell to end. I think this build has all the right tools to be a Dimir operative. With your rapier, you can do a 1d8 weapon damage, plus 5 from dex, plus 10d6 sneak attack, plus a 1d6 from feint. You have plenty of offensive, defensive, and support spells to pick from, but you are limited with your spell slots, so use them wisely. If you like this build and want to see more intrigue characters, I'll put a link up in the corner to our Silent But Deadly playlist.
I also think it works well at showcasing the nature of the Dimir Guild. As those who operate in the shadows, maintaining our disguise at all costs, and if our mission requires us to break cover, leaving no witnesses behind to expose our secret. This would be fun to play in any city-based campaign, but especially in Ravnica, where the whole campaign takes place in a giant city where politics is as powerful as armies and secrets are more valuable than gold.
Yep.
If you have any questions, comments, or build requests, please leave them in the comments section below. Next week we'll be making an Agent of the Golgari, so join us for that. And until next time, cheers!
Cheers!